My name is Hugh Brooks, and I understand that you are looking for somebody to fill your sales consultant position, and I want to let you know that I'm the best candidate for you. Before I tell you why, I understand that you are one of the largest food service distributors in the U.S., providing your services to places like churches, schools, hospitals, nursing homes, things in that nature. And now I want to begin by talking about what makes a good sales consultant. To me, a good sales consultant consists of three things. They have drive, growth, motivation. When I say a good sales consultant has drive, I don't mean that they have the drive to complete a task at hand or the drive to reach a weekly goal, but the drive to exceed those expectations, to go above and beyond. They have that drive because they know that their results will reflect directly on them. The next part I said was growth. When I say growth, I don't mean growth in profits or growing the company. I mean growing internally, such as growing on product knowledge or customer knowledge. The more you know about who you're going to be talking to, whether it's an existing customer or a prospect, well, that's going to give you more credibility. They're going to think, well, they're going to trust you a little bit more, which is only going to give you an advantage and help you close that sale. Good sales consultants are looking for ways to grow each and every day, looking for ways that they can implement something or something that they've learned into their sales tactic. The third thing, motivation. Well, I'm sure almost everyone, if not everybody, when they start a new position or job, they're fired up. They're ready to go. They're ready to get in there to learn, to show off what they know, to produce. But the motivation I'm talking about is the motivation that comes to the people you're working with. Every day I go into work, I know I have and keep the motivation. I know I can keep that because, like I said before, those results are going to reflect on me. But once I'm able to motivate my sales team and the ones I'm working with, get them to get that drive, get them to want to grow within themselves, and to keep that motivation, and to where we're feeding off each other, well, that's when you're really going to see profits grow, and that's when you're really going to see the beauty. So, like I said, those are the three things I believe that makes a good sales consultant. And once someone's able to do all three of those, and it's hard to beat them. I want to talk about what y'all or put in y'all's summary for this position. What I noticed is one thing is maintaining account relationships. Working at State Farm for the past 2 years, I understand that in maintaining an account relationship, you don't mean just calling somebody that's been using your service for the past 2 or 3 years and asking how they're doing, but calling them and asking them questions such as, are our services meeting your expectations? Or is there anything that we can do to improve your experience? Questions like this let your customer know that not only do you care about them, but you're continuously looking for ways to improve not only yourself, but to improve the company. Okay? Next, I want to talk about seeking and cultivating new accounts. This is very crucial because if you have an account, say you get a prospect, you get an account, you spend a couple of days or a week or however long it takes you to close a sale, you close that sale, you're excited, your adrenaline's going, you're hooting and hollering. About 30, 45 seconds afterwards, you're sitting there. Now what? You're right back where you started. That's why it's so important to continuously look for new prospects. At State Farm, we always like to use the analogy of a filter. The more prospects you put into your filter, the more results you're going to get. With that being said, though, I don't mean just to put anybody in that filter that anybody's a good prospect. I mean, you got to be able to look and read people. For instance, when I'm talking to somebody, I'm asking who are they currently insured with, how much they're paying, how long they've been there, and how they ended up where they're at. Based off how they respond to these, it kind of gives me an idea of how good of a prospect they are. If they're stuttering, saying they're not 100% sure on some of those questions, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be a good prospect, and I don't want to waste my time on them. And so that's why it's so crucial. But not only that, but being able to determine or looking at who your prospects are, it also helps you determine on what products you should offer them. When I say that, let me give you this example within life insurance. I'm not going to offer the same product to a 65-year-old single woman as I would a 32-year-old married couple that has 3 kids. But see, to know that information about them, I have to ask those questions that gets a little deeper. It might get a little personal. but that's not a bad thing. You got to go out of your comfort zone to do that, which working at State Farm, I have learned to do and I'm okay with. And that's only something that you're going to benefit from. The next two things I saw in your summary was being a strategic thinker and also an innovative planner. Being a strategic thinker is very crucial in knowing how you're going to go about your sale or what strategies you're going to use. Like I said, doing your homework before you go talk to your prospect and knowing a little bit more about their company so you know what questions to ask. For an example, at State Farm, I like to ask questions I already know the answer to. When I say that, anytime I hear somebody's with Geico, the first question I ask is, when's the last time you sat down with your agent and reviewed your coverages to make sure they're still what you need? Every time I get the same answer. I've never done that. I know that because Geico doesn't have a local office that they can go to. They don't have a local office that they can sit down and meet their agent and know who's insuring them. That's the competitive advantage that State Farm has over them. Once I let them know that they know who's on the other end of the phone that they're talking to, that they have an office that they can come to and actually meet who they're paying their money to, well, that's when it feels a little more personal. And like I said, that's only going to give me an advantage over my competitors. The next part on that is the innovative planner. Being an innovative planner means that you're continuously looking for new ways to improve, looking for new strategies that might be more effective or be more efficient than others. And you can't be afraid to be told no. Whenever I'm told no, I always try to use that or look at that as an opportunity. An opportunity is, why did they tell me no? Is there something I could have tweaked in what I said? Is there something I could have used from a previous pitch that worked and combine it with something new that might give me better results? Things like that goes into wanting to be an innovator and will become a better sales consultant. For example, baby boomers right now, they're between the ages, I believe, 55 and 75. So with that information, we know a lot of them are about to be retiring, and some of them are be going into nursing homes, just like some of y'all's target audience. Knowing the demographics and what certain baby boomers like to eat versus other foods, well, that would allow y'all or us to go to those nursing homes and offer them certain products over others, and we're more than likely going to have a better outcome from that. And that's why it's crucial to do homework before you go talk to your prospect or go introduce yourself. Another thing I also notice is want your sales consultant to be able to maintain and expand a portfolio on customers and maximize sales. And this goes back into maintaining an account relationship with your current customers. I don't care if that customer's been with your company for 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years. It doesn't matter. If you're able to offer new products out of respect to them for continuously doing business with you, you should at least offer it to them. They may not want it. It may not be the best option for them, but at least they know that you're continuously thinking about them and that anything that new that comes out, that you're going to offer it to them and make them aware of it. And that in itself will go a very long way. And so between all these things, between the experiences that I've had working at State Farm, dealing with multiple customers every single day, being used to going out of my comfort zone, that right there is why I'm going to be able to not only improve your sales, but it also improve everybody in the office and everybody that works for your company. Like I said, I saw that y'all are one of the largest food service distributors in the U.S., and I know y'all want to stay as one of the largest. So in doing so, I'm going to be your best candidate. Thank you.